I am a Falun Gong practitioner from China. I have been detained in forced labor camps and prisons. I have been persecuted for about 6 years. So I know very well the facts of the CCP's persecution of spiritual practice. In the brainwashing class in Huangpu district, there were 30 or 40 people. We were forced to watch videos that demonized Falun Gong. The videos were designed to change my thoughts, which I then had to write down. If I refused to write, I was subject to sleep deprivation. I was forced to stand in the military position or squat, holding either posture for a long time. If I could not do that, they would beat me. Sleep was impossible. This went on day after day until we met their standards. In the beginning, I felt this was all wrong, so I resisted. The pressure was maintained. I felt my mind becoming numb, and the headaches started. This inhibited my capacity to think and remember. I was on the verge of a mental breakdown. To survive, I had to write. They demanded this of me. I had to write that I would give up practicing Falun Gong. Then they allowed me to sleep. I felt very, very sad. The kind of pain that a person has when he suddenly gives up all his beliefs and loses his spiritual support. In following their orders, I felt my dignity and pride were all gone. Very, very painful, and it was not one day. It was like that every day. What made it even worse was that many Falun Gong practitioners, including women and elderly people, were persecuted this way. During the day, we were confined to a classroom and forced to watch the propaganda video. At night, I often heard the next door being kicked open, and I heard several thugs going to beat another Falun Gong practitioner. I remember a female Falun Gong practitioner. They grabbed her by the hair and beat her, causing her hair loss piece by piece. Her eyes were beaten black and blue, exposing the bone structure. Another woman told me that she was waterboarded in the bathroom at night. After she was filled with water, they stomped on her stomach. Pushing out the water, they forced water into her again. They continued the torture until they exhausted themselves. A guy told me that they tied him to a chair, turned him upside down, and pushed his head into a water bucket until he was filled with water. Then they pulled him out and again pushed his head back into the bucket. They repeated this many times. They also stabbed him with long sewing needles, piercing him. Many times I heard Falun Gong practitioners' blood-curdling screams. The psychological shock was beyond words. I felt hopeless and helpless. Watching these crimes happen in front of my own eyes, I could not do anything about it. I was very, very sad deep down. It was like this every day for about 7 months. In the end, I almost had a mental breakdown. They thought I met their so-called standards of transformation, so they released me. I saw clearly how the CCP used evil methods to persecute Falun Gong. I felt the need to tell the truth to people and let them know that Falun Gong was being persecuted.